أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
إن الله لا يستحيي أن يضرب مثلا ما بعوضة فما فوقها فأما الذين آمنوا فيعلمون أنه الحق من ربهم وأما الذين كفروا فيقولون ماذا أراد الله بهذا مثلا يضل به كثيرا ويهدي به كثيرا وما يضل به إلا الفاسقين.
Verily, God is not ashamed of presenting an example of a mosquito, or of something even less than that or higher. Those who believe know that it is the truth from their Lord. As for those who disbelieve, they ask, what could God mean by this example? By it, God misleads many and guides many, but He misleads none except the evildoers. So, let us ponder on the mosquito. At the first glance, we know that the mosquito is a creature. So, it as a creature is already an evidence for the Creator. Now that we have passed this stage, we want to look further into the mosquito to learn more about the artwork of the Creator. We find out that the mosquito is a living creature. It means that God has created non-living things and had decided to create the mosquito as a living creature. A living creature is defined to have an organized structure, can react to stimuli, reproduce, grow, and adapt to homeostasis. But it is a common understanding that all these structures require a giant body like cow's body, dogs, or even humans. Now, however, to our surprise, we see that a small creature like mosquito also is equipped with all these requirements. The miniature body of the mosquito substantiates that God can optimize the body size of a living creature to whatever size He wishes. Furthermore, we observe that this small creature can fly. Flying cannot be taken lightly. As we can see, an airplane or a helicopter is a technological achievement of the 21st century. The small and transparent wings of the mosquito gives it the ability of flying, but also it knows how to use these wings and how to fly. Similar to an airplane, it takes off, then it follows a specific trajectory, and finally it lands on the ground. In other words, observing with the eye of God consciousness, one observes a miracle of God that has enabled such a small creature to fly around. We have seen animals on land such as cow, horse, donkey, etc. But when we ponder on the design of the body of mosquito, we see that it's made very different. If we were to study physics, we find out that its body is perfectly aerodynamic. It means that it is made perfectly to maneuver in the air with the least resistance. Next, we expect the mosquito to be the least harmful because we humans associate harmfulness of a living creature with its body size like tiger, lion, or snakes, etc. To our surprise, we find out that mosquitoes are the deadliest animals on earth. Mosquitoes have killed more humans than all the wars in history. From this, we conclude that God, the absolute capable, can make a thing or a living creature harmful regardless of its size and body structure. Okay, next. For the mosquito's wing to beat, let's say, 10 to 20 times per second, we need a body of proportional size to produce the required energy. To our surprise, we find out that the wings of the mosquito beat 300 to 600 times per second. So God, the absolute capable, the best of creators, Ahsan al-Khaliqeen, can make a machine or a living creature produce as much energy as needed regardless of its body size. Okay, let us find out who's smarter, us or the mosquitoes. Smarter supposed to be the one who suck up the blood of the other. But to our surprise, we find out that they are the mosquitoes that suck up our blood. Not only they manage to suck up our blood, however, look at the way they do it, the smart way they do it, that even our scientists and doctors would have not come up with this mechanism. After they go for the bite, they inject some of their saliva as the thinning agent. It means that they know that our blood is not thin enough. So they have come up with an agent, with a chemical in their saliva. And in matter of a split second, they inject that chemical into our blood to thin it. So how many signs of God's artistry, work, creativity, and design you want in a mosquito? We have hinted to only a few. There are thousands of more. Have you ever heard a human to develop from conception to a baby in matter of weeks? No. It takes at least 9 months or 8 months. Furthermore, from being a baby to adulthood, of course, takes years. In the mosquito, God shows that there is no restriction for him in terms of time. He develops a mosquito from an egg to adulthood in 4 to 7 days. Not even weeks, 4 to 7 days. In other words, an egg becomes a mosquito, and that mosquito reaches adulthood with 4 to 7 days. God is the creator, and He's the Al-Qadir, the absolute capable. He could have made the human reach adulthood in a matter of days, but He wanted to show variety in His creation. He has wanted the human to reach adulthood in, let's say, 20 years. But for us humans to know that time is not a restriction, here He gives us an example that a mosquito can develop from an egg to adulthood in 4 to 7 days. He could have made it one day, He could have made it minutes or seconds, anything. He is the absolute capable. We humans enjoy nice seasons like spring and summer. But when it is winter, we have to bear with the coldness. How about mosquitoes? God, the best of designers and creators, has equipped the mosquito with an additional feature and mechanism, that is hibernation. They hibernate in winter and do not have to bear with the cold weather. On the bright side, while we humans enjoy the best of earthly products, we should know that our fruits are a result of the hard work of mosquitoes. That is, mosquitoes pollinate the fruit trees. Were it not for the mosquitoes to pollinate the fruit trees, we would have not had fruits to enjoy. So, once again, we have hinted to only a few of God's artistry reflected in a mosquito. And the ones that we have hinted to, we barely covered it. If we chose one of the features of mosquito, let's say the flying capability, that one involves a lot of physics and engineering reflected in it. Therefore, at the end we conclude that God has not aimlessly created anything. Everything in the creation is a sign of His capabilities and attributes, and His attributes are reflected in each creature. The human has to ponder, has to look deeply and reflect upon each creature in order to become God conscious, which would be the highest spiritual achievement ever for a human being. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great day.